Hey there, it's Gregson. Welcome back to Shifting Lanes. Today we're talking about the Dodge Challenger and what you need to know about this car before you buy it, research it, or compare it to others in its class. And even if you're not in the market for a Challenger, stick around and watch to the end because there's some pretty interesting information I found when researching for this video. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you liked the video and give it a thumbs up at the end. In this video, we'll be going over what to look for on the Dodge Challenger. Things such as common issues, what's new for 2021 versus 2020, and any major service bulletins on the car, any major recalls, and overall reliability ratings from trusted sources. We have actually driven this car many times. Personally, I've driven the 2018 Scat Pack variant. Hanson had the 2019 wide-body Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack on a press loan and drove the Challenger Hellcat Red Eye during a launch event. Also, Chad had a 2017 Challenger TA press loan 3 years ago. Given that, we can come into this video confident that we can give you an accurate representation of this car. If you'd like to see any of those reviews I just mentioned, check the description below for a list along with a playlist of all of our other reviews, or just click the card above to see our Hellcat Red Eye review. But first, a brief overview of the Dodge Challenger itself. The Challenger is quickly turning into the American Porsche 911. Please don't stop the video there, let me explain myself. By no means am I speaking to reliability, build quality, or performance, though I will mention those aspects in a few minutes. What I mean is that Dodge has done subtle but meaningful updates to the looks of this car, inside and out, similar to how Porsche updates the 911. No major aesthetic overhauls in 13 to 14 years means the Challenger's automotive personality sort of remains unchanged, and while the Porsche 911 has changed over the years, the shape and overall aesthetic hasn't. And that's a very good, iconic thing. You always know a Challenger when you see it, no matter what year it's from, because of its unique retro-modern styling, quad headlights, and aggressive muscular coupe body design. Reintroduced in 2008 for the third time, the Challenger was immediately celebrated for its aforementioned retro styling. The entire segment was going through its retro-modern phase, with the Camaro and Mustang wearing similar looks to older models, but just more modernized. However, the Camaro and Mustang sort of moved on from this, and the Challenger just kept getting more refined within the same platform, and many say that this is the reason why it surpassed the Camaro in sales. As far as trim levels are concerned, you have 14 different models to choose from, and that's an absurd amount of trims. I won't sit here and list them all out for you because I don't have a month of free time and neither do you. But I will say that you can start at a basic SXT model with a V6 putting out 305 horsepower and starting at $28,095 and go all the way up to an SRT Super Stock with an 807 horsepower V8 that'll set you back a minimum of 81,695 whole US American freedom bucks. In fact, this is one of, if not the largest horsepower gaps between base model and top trim in the entirety of the automotive industry. The other large delta being the Challenger's sister car, the Dodge Charger, which I'll get into in another video. Since the Challenger isn't all that different from 2020 to 2021, the key differences are a bunch of minor updates. Cars with power adjustable steering columns, driver seats, and side mirrors now receive a memory feature, which also includes the radio presets. Think of this as a driver profile feature. If you let someone else drive your car and mess up all your settings, you'd hit a button and all of your settings just go back to exactly what you need. Also new is the option of 20-inch wheels on the all-wheel drive SXT trim, which are also now standard on the all-wheel drive GT. Lastly, the RT Scat Pack trim can now be optioned with SRT branding on the Brembo brake calipers. And yes, the Challenger comes with Brembo brakes, which is good to, stop a small ship. If you've made the decision to purchase the Challenger, the rest of this information should help you make an informed decision about the car itself. This isn't a video on how to negotiate pricing, but after this, you should be armed with a bit more knowledge on potential trouble areas, which may help in many different purchase-related areas. First, let's talk about any active recalls the Challenger has outstanding. Given that it has 14 model years under its belt, the Challenger has many recalls, and they will all be logged at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA. You can find all this information on nhtsa.gov or other sites that list this public information. Much like the Challenger trim types, I won't go into all of these as they warrant their own video, but here are a few of the major ones to watch out for and the model years they relate to. For the 2010 to 2015 Challengers, passenger frontal airbag inflator may explode. Yeah, I said explode. And it reads, in the event of a crash necessitating deployment of the passenger's frontal airbag, the inflator could explode with metal fragments striking the vehicle occupants, potentially resulting in serious injury or death. This is an extremely serious recall, and if not done, it is a huge red flag. If you're looking to purchase a Challenger in these model years, get it in writing that this recall has been done from the dealer or the private party. Do not purchase this car if this recall has not been done. For the 2014 through 2016 and 2018 Challengers, cruise control cannot be canceled. It reads, if the vehicle maintains its speed or accelerates despite attempts to deactivate the cruise control, there will be an increased risk of a crash. This really focused on any car with the Mopar Stage 1 kit performance packages, and it has to do with their powertrain control modules. It basically means your cruise control will take over the car and not allow you to slow down at all if you cancel it or hit the brake pedal, and continue on its merry way at the speed it's going, or with the potential for serious acceleration afterwards. As we know, with past unwanted acceleration crashes with certain Toyota products, this could be a potentially deadly scenario. Once again, do not buy 2014 through 2016 or 2018 Challengers if this recall has not been done. Finally, for the 2011 through 2014 Challenger, alternator may fail, resulting in engine stall. If the alternator fails, the vehicle may stall without warning, increasing the risk of a crash. There is also the possibility that the alternator may short circuit, increasing the risk of a fire. Guys, fire is, fire is bad in cars. Unless that fire is controlled explosions in the engine to make cars go fast. Then fire is good. Alternator fire is not so much. Again, make sure this recall has been done before you purchase. Moving on to more recent models, currently the 2020 and 2021 model years actually have 0 active recalls, but we can chalk those up to being a bit newer than all the others. We can also chalk that up to the Challenger being refined over the past 13 years, like I've mentioned, to the point where Dodge sort of has all the kinks of the car worked out, and the car itself is very dialed in. Before buying this car, you'll need to ask the dealer if any of these recalls have been done or others that I haven't mentioned. If they haven't, that's not necessarily a red flag, as the previous owner may not have done the recall work or not known about them. Just have the dealer do the recall work, get it in writing, and you should be fine to move forward to the next step. Hopefully, these recalls have been done for any cars that you're looking at, but you never know. Always ask. You can find all of the recall information on nhtsa.gov, like I said, or one of many other sites like Consumer Reports or Car Complaints. This is all public information, and you should absolutely do this research before buying any car. It's worth noting that carcomplaints.com has the top 3 trouble areas on the Challenger, as alternator went out on the 2012 Challenger with an average cost to fix of $700, bad TIPM on the 2013 Challenger with an average cost to fix of $900, and engine shuts down while driving on the 2009 Challenger with an average cost to fix of $800. On to the technical service bulletins, or TSBs, for the Challenger. According to Wikipedia, a TSB is a communication from the manufacturer, like Dodge, that document recommended procedures for repairing vehicles, and they happen when there are several occurrences of an unanticipated problem. For example, if consumers keep reporting that their doors won't lock, and it's happening across many different shops or dealers or model years, the manufacturer will look into it, and if there's a fix, issue a TSB so that if it happens again, the fix is easily understood and rectified. The manufacturer may also find fixes proactively and issue a TSB if the fix does not require a recall. For the Challenger, there are hundreds of TSBs across all model years of the car, but this is no means a standard for reliability. Almost all cars have dozens, if not hundreds, of TSBs each model year, so take this into consideration when doing your research. For the Charger, I won't go into all of the TSBs they list, but if you're more DIY inclined, and it's worth poking around in the TSBs should you find something wrong with your car and want to fix it yourself. You may also find a TSB with a fix you need and could save yourself hundreds in repair costs with the right know-how. This leads me to my final point on the Challenger: overall reliability. Now, without looking online, do you think that the Dodge Challenger is a reliable car? The likely answer to that question is no, because over the years, Dodge really hasn't been the pillar of reliability that, say, Toyota or Honda have been. But if you look anywhere right now, the Challenger is actually reliable. Consumer Reports has given the Challenger a recommended rating for the 2021 model year, and user-reported satisfaction has been excellent or above average since 2016. When researching, Consumer Reports is a great resource for reliability ratings and complaints, as most of these are user or buyer reported. However, it's worth noting that this is a paid service and you'll need to pony up a subscription to unlock all of their ratings. Given that, I cannot show you their full report. However, I can note that their report does match up to the NHTSA bulletins, complaints, and recalls, with most of the car being very good and trouble spots being just the transmission, alternator, and airbag system related, which is, of course, I mentioned in all of the recall stuff. Now, with all this being said, do we recommend you still go in to buy the Dodge Challenger if you've made the decision to purchase? That answer is a resounding yes, but just be cautious. The newer Challengers from 2016 onward don't seem to have overwhelmingly major issues that should prohibit you from, at the very least, keeping it on your list if you're cross-shopping muscle daily drivers or even powerful grand touring cars. Yes, it's a big, heavy muscle car, but if you're in the market for a Challenger, you likely don't care about that. You want the muscle, you want the aggressive looks, and the Challenger has that in spades. If any of the issues mentioned or new ones do crop up, you will still likely have a factory warranty to cover you should anything happen, so go ahead and shop with confidence. So I want to hear from you. Would you buy a Challenger? Are you in the market for one? Do you like the Challenger? Do you like the Mustang? Do you like the Camaro? Why or why not? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope this video does help you in making your buying decision a bit easier if you're looking into buying a new or used Dodge Challenger or in the market for a muscle car. If you did like this video or found it informative, please consider hitting the subscribe button, turning on the notification bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. If you want to follow us outside of YouTube, you can find us at Shifting Lanes on Facebook and Instagram, where we post things about the cars we review, our personal cars, and industry news and adventures. Again, my name is Gregson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.